DJ Calm Down TV. Man, who these people click to see?
Sean the comedian in this motherfucker.
Now, let's go back a little bit. Of course, we in Nashville, my little duckout spot. Tell the people where you from.
I'm from Madison.
Okay.
Now I roam out east a lot when I was little, but I'm from Madison.
Okay.
Yeah. Born and raised, man.
For people outside of Nashville or Tennessee, brother, whatever, that's maybe not familiar with Madison, where is that compared to Nashville?
It's like, 10 minutes east, northeast, what I mean, coming from Nashville, from East Nashville anyway. It's about 10 minutes, down the road. Gallatin Road to be specific, yeah.
Now describe your childhood. Of course you mentioned being Sean the comedian, but what were you into growing up? You always been a jokester, sports?
I was always a jokester, you know what I mean? Because I'm an asshole, so I'm so sarcastic asshole, so I'm always a jokester. But I played football. Like, I was an athlete before anything. I played pretty much every sport, but I was like best at football.
Yeah. So did you play organized sports growing up?
Yeah. I played basketball, football, baseball, track. I played college football, and I played football and basketball, track up until like high school and shit.
Okay. You like an all-state corner, correct?
Yeah. Well, not all-state. I ain't gonna lean on my name. Like all-city and all-region, which ain't all-state, but it's close. Okay. It's close. They snubbed me on it. My god brother actually made all-state. He gave me shit about it, but yeah, because he a safety, so he give me shit about it. He made all-state, but yeah, all-city, all-region. At one point in time, I was the best corner in Nashville, man. Okay. Write that shit down, man. It was back way long ago, like 07, 08.
Any well, did you grow up wanting to be like a pro athlete, or did you have any like other dreams, like want to be a doctor or a firefighter or something crazy?
Hell nah, cause I ain't never want to do that shit. You had to go to school to do that shit. I ain't really kept school that much. I ain't gonna lie, but I wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to play football. That's what I mainly did. Like, I'm just now really just getting off into comedy. You feel me? Like, I'm probably like a good year and a half in as far as really taking it seriously. Okay. And doing something with it, because for the most part I was all into football because I really was trying to take that. So like I said, I wanted to play college ball. Then I had some other situations go on, so you kind of stepped away from that. But yeah, that's what my main focus was growing up. Okay.
Any who were your favorite athletes growing up?
Man, Iverson, fucking Dion, Marshall Falk. Marshall Falk, my favorite football player. That nigga was a legend, man.
Did you cling to any teams?
The Rams.
So you was a Rams fan?
The Rams, yeah. Always a Rams fan. Basketball, I fuck with the Grizzlies. Okay. Before the Grizzlies, I used to fuck with the Celtics a little bit, but mostly it's the Grizzlies now.
Mm-hmm. What was your childhood like? You have good upbringing?
Well,
both parents?
No, I didn't have both parents. I grew up with just me and my mom. Okay. You feel me? I was her only child. No, I was her only child. I had, other siblings, like my dad has another son, and I had like a god family. You feel me? Like I don't know, since birth or whatever. So I've always been attached to them like family. But nah, my childhood, man, it wasn't all bad. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't had no pops or nothing, but it wasn't like it was completely fucked up. You feel me? Like, my mom's was as good as she could be, but at the same time, she was an alcoholic. Dig what I'm saying? So when you had that, different things happen. You know what I mean? So it was just, she did the best she could. You know what I mean? So I can't knock her for that.
Okay. You mentioned that liking school so much. Is there anything that you tend to miss about school nowadays that you're out? Like, was it just the friend?
I'll be real with you, dog, man. Cause in school, I miss high school football. I mean, I used to skip class, like real shit. Yeah. Like, I used to skip school. I wouldn't even go to school the whole day, but then I show up and go to football practice. You feel me? Cause like, fuck school, right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, bullshit. Like, I should have took it more seriously with what I was trying to accomplish, but yeah, I was tripping, man. I was tripping.
So, when did you realize that you did have a thing for comedy?
Man, I've always loved comedy. Like, that happened when I was a kid.
Yeah.
As far as like watching D.L. Hughley and watching different specials growing up like that, like on HBO, the little 30-minute HBO specials they used to run back in the 90s and shit. Watching that as a kid, man, like, that used to blow my mind. Like, most of my comedy as a kid was coming to school, you feel me, and saying the fucked up shit that I heard them say, you feel me, people in class crying, you know. Yeah. So you get a little feel for it, man, but I ain't really just start taking it seriously as an adult until really I was just doing it to more so keep me out of a depression. I was going through some real tough shit at the time, so I was just trying to keep myself out of depression, and then it turned into, hey, I can really probably do something with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you tend to like comedy movies versus others?
Man, I was big on comedy movies.
Yeah.
Comedy movies more than anything. Comedy and sports movies.
Okay.
That's like my two big shits.
What's maybe your favorite, some of your favorite shows growing up? Because like a lot of us grew up on like the Fresh Princess and Martin was a big one. I watched all the Fresh Prince, but my biggest ones was probably like Martin and Jamie Foxx show. Jamie Foxx, I definitely fucked with the Jamie Foxx show tough. Shout out to fans. No, I'm just playing.
Yes, it was a meme. Man.
Who was your, you mentioned D.L. Hughley, but you got like, if I was to ask you like a top 5 like stand-up comics, you got like a top 5 stand-up?
Yeah, I got a top 5. It's like not in any particular order except for number 1. Number 1 is number 1. Everybody else is just whatever order. Okay. But it's 5, Dave Chappelle. Cause Chappelle's fucking hilarious, and he hilarious across the board. You got what's his name? Not Bernie Mac. Well, Bernie Mac in there, of course. Bernie Mac. You got Richard Pryor. Okay. You got Kevin Hart, and then my number 1 overall is, like I said earlier, the person who got me into a D.L. Hughley. Right. Like, that's always gonna be my number 1 comedian. Like, cause that's whose style I kind of tried to mimic. Like, when I started getting into comedy, that's the person who I first remember really gravitating to as a comedian. Okay.
Do you feel like in this new age of comedy, like with all the social media comics coming about, like DC Young Flies and people like that, Country Waynes, people like those, do you feel like stand-up, I mean, of course, Dave Chappelle, he just recently dropped, people dropping stand-up stuff. Yeah. But do you feel like it's something that's going to last?
I mean, I think stand-up will always last because every comedian will always feel like unless you do stand-up, you can't really call yourself a comedian. Like, and that's just the realness of it. Whether you make your bread off of doing online stuff or you make your bread doing stand-up, whatever you make your bread doing in comedy, that's fine. But you cannot truly call yourself a comedian if you ain't hitting that stage, if you don't get on that stage. Yeah. Like, I've done it and I get on that stage, but I know that that's probably not like my strongest suit, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm probably gonna get my bread more so doing skits and different things of that nature. You feel me? Like different shit on TV, like different sketch shows, you feel me? Like, I know that's more so my lane and where I gotta go as far as where to go, and like more so towards the acting part of doing comedy. Yeah. Whereas I still respect the fact that you gotta do stand-up, so I know I'm gonna still do some stand-up here and there, but it's probably not something I have in my forefront, but it's gonna still be there. Yeah. Like, you can't get rid of that. That's a staple. You know what I mean? Any comedian has to respect that.
Have you had a chance to see any of the greats perform?
Yeah, like I've been to see Kevin Hart twice. Okay. Which he's hilarious. I'm mad at myself that I missed D.L. Hughley, which it was actually the show where he passed out. You know, he passed out down here at Zane's. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I had a chance to get tickets to it, man, but I didn't even grab them. I went to go see Big Baby and them from Wild 'N Out, which was a good show. I ain't going to the one tomorrow night though, man. That motherfucker. Yeah, with DC, Carlos, Mike Epps, you know, all them. Yeah, that's tomorrow night. That's already at the Bridgestone, man. I was finna get the tickets, but you had to have 4 people, and I only got me and my old lady. Yeah, so I couldn't find another set, but.
Next time you buy me
yeah, he said, buy him. Look, I'm slick, like throwing it out the off out the, like, hey, you might want to come. I ain't buying the tickets. That's some other nigga turned down. Like, I'm just offering the seats.
Exactly.
Calm down, TV. Calm down before we shut this down.
This Shine the Comedian, And y'all need to calm the fuck down before we shut that shit down. You hear me? Live and direct, nigga. Laugh a little bit, bitch.